Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for pieces of music that, in light of dark events that occurred after their release, now induce chills.
Come as you are, as you were, as I want you to be.
Number 20, Leave Out All the Rest, Linkin Park.
I dreamed I was missing, you were so scared.
A staple of the early 2000s nu metal scene, it can be argued that Linkin Park's success outside of that genre was due in large part to lead singer Chester Bennington's soul-bearing, unflinching songwriting, as well as his powerhouse vocals. Bennington took his own life in July 2017, just 2 months after Soundgarden frontman and his close friend Chris Cornell had done the same.
When my time comes, forget the one that I've done.
Knowing that makes it difficult then to listen to Leave Out All the Rest from the band's 2007 album, Minutes to Midnight, without a teary eye by the end. A stirring, heartfelt rock ballad, Leave Out All the Rest implores listeners to remember the good times.
Keep me in your memory, leave out all the rest.
Number 19, My Dingling, Chuck Berry.
Oh my. Come on, girl.
Here's a tune that works on many levels, for better or worse. Berry, the rowdy 50s rock and roll pioneer, had hit a career slump by the 1970s, mining the nostalgia of his earlier records to diminishing returns. His cover of this extremely silly novelty song represented a new career high for Berry, becoming his only song to top the Billboard Hot 100.
Silver bells hanging on a string. She told me it was my ding-a-ling-a-ling-o.
This song took on an unfortunate new layer when Berry faced a 1990 class action lawsuit, owing to his ownership and management of the Southern Air restaurant in Missouri. The lawsuit, filed by Berry's female employees, alleged that the singer had quietly placed a video camera in the women's restroom. Berry settled out of court for $1.2 million.
Every time that bell would ring, catch me playing with my ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Number 18, So Many Tears, Tupac.
Back in elementary, I thrived on misery. Left me alone, I grew up amongst a dying breed. Inside my mind, couldn't find a place to rest.
Much like his contemporary arch-rival Biggie Smalls, Tupac Shakur seemed to be preoccupied with death and dying. This was most commonly in the context of the Los Angeles gang violence he so often lamented, but he often contemplated his own passing. So Many Tears stands out in the rapper's catalog in its crystallization of the themes the influential performer often covered.
I suffered through the years and shed so many tears.
Notably, the song features Pac bluntly addressing his personal desire to end his life. As noted by Rolling Stone's Chio H. Coker, So Many Tears deals with the senseless violence that marked his childhood, but with the internal demons that threatened to consume him, snapping at his conscience like hellhounds on a bluesman's trail.
My life is in denial, and when I die, baptized in eternal fire, shed so many tears.
Number 17, Pretty Noose, Soundgarden.
I count them all today, pick it up, and throw it away, alright.
In what emerged as a heartbreakingly common pattern for grunge frontmen, Soundgarden and Audioslave lead singer Chris Cornell's death was untimely. The Black Hole Sun vocalist took his own life after a 2017 concert in Detroit. While Audioslave's later Like a Stone might hit harder for Cornell's fans who are still mourning, Pretty Noose catches its listeners' ear due to its unfortunate association with the method by which Cornell ended it all. However, beside that, the song otherwise bears no indications of ideation. Cornell once described Pretty Noose as being about an attractively packaged bad idea, something that seems great at first and then comes back to bite you. Number 16, Murder on My Mind. YNW Melly.
Ain't get to roll no switches. I was locked up on Christmas.
On its own, Murder on My Mind serves as a catchy, if painfully dark, meditation on inner-city gang violence. Melly spins a descriptive first-person tale about what it means to take a life. While it was mere fiction at the time of its writing in 2016, Murder on My Mind was subject to renewed attention when its performer was charged with double homicide in February 2019.
Everybody acting suspicious. Might probably say that I'm tripping. When I'm all alone in my jail cell, I tend to get in my business.
Posting to his official Instagram account shortly after turning himself in, Melly reassured fans that, unfortunately, a lot of rumors and lies are being said, but no worries, God is with me and my brother. The Florida native, whose first trial ended with a deadlocked jury, is set to be tried again in September 2025.
Got Molly mixed with promethazine, cause every time I wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind.
Number 15. Dreaming of You. Selena.
Cause I'm dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow.
The tragic facts of Selena's murder make her massive posthumous success all the more gut-wrenching. A 9-time winner of the Tejano Music Award for Female Vocalist of the Year, Selena Quintanilla Perez elevated the genre to new heights and redefined women's roles in Tejano music.
Wonder if you ever see me, and I wonder if you know I'm there.
On March 31st, 1995, Selena was shot and killed by Yolanda Saldivar, the president of her fan club, with whom the singer's relationship had become strained. Aged only 23 at the time, and seen as not yet having reached her peak, the smash success of the melancholy Dreaming of You hurts even more because its performer didn't live to see it.
I just wanna hold you close, but so far all I have are dreams of you.
Number 14. Whatever. Our Lady Peace.
Well, I'm not driven by anger, I'm driven by anger.
Unlike most of the songs and artists on our list, the creepiness of this hard-charging post-grunge tune has nothing to do with any of the band's members, or with the band itself at all. Rather, the reason that Our Lady Peace stopped performing Whatever live for 20 years is because of the late Chris Benoit.
Whatever you need, ever you got, ever you want, I'll take back and get whatever.
For the uninitiated, Benoit was a Canadian WWE superstar, winning 30 championships in total. Unfortunately, this wouldn't be his legacy. From June 22nd to June 24th, 2007, Benoit took the lives of his wife and 7-year-old son before ultimately taking his own. Whatever was Benoit's entrance theme from 2002 to 2007.
Whatever you need, ever you got, ever you want, I'll take back and get whatever.
Number 13. Morphine. Michael Jackson.
Trust in me, put all your trust in me. You give me more.
While King of Pop Michael Jackson had experimented with heavier styles of music before, Morphine stands out as a groovy, distorted, almost industrial jam that almost recalls Trent Reznor's 9 Inch Nails. In line with Jackson's songwriting during the 90s, Morphine is a scathing indictment of media scrutiny regarding his well-documented personal life, acting as an impassioned plea for privacy on the singer's parts.
Relax, this won't hurt you before I put it in.
While already a difficult listen at the time of its release, it took on an even darker layer following Jackson's 2009 death, the result of acute propofol intoxication. This was later ruled as involuntary manslaughter on the part of Conrad Murray, his personal physician.
He's trying hard to convince her to give him more of what he had.
Number 12. Let's Go Crazy. Prince.
We are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
Yeah, there's a chance you've heard this one before. The enormously influential Purple One was an undisputed god of pop and rock songcraft, and his signature 1984 album Purple Rain is living proof of that. Let's Go Crazy is a wild ride through multiple music genres and, following Prince's 2016 death, a disturbing, unintentional allusion to just how he would meet his end. The song, an unabashed celebration of life, refers to not letting the elevator bring you down. Chillingly, Prince was found unresponsive in an elevator of his Paisley Park home on April 21st, 2016. Number 11. Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, Aaliyah. We have just two words that will answer any questions you might have. R. Kelly. Teenage R&B/pop prodigy Aaliyah was taken on by the Pied Piper himself in a mentor-mentee relationship that very quickly deteriorated into something much more sinister. The two secretly wed while working on Aaliyah's debut album, which shares its title with this song, in 1994. The marriage was annulled the following year by her parents due to her age at the time. Knowing that leads modern-day listeners to hear Age Ain't Nothing But a Number in a different, wildly off-putting light.
Here I am, and there you are.
Number 10. Bump and Grind, R. Kelly.
My body's telling me yes.
Any song that begins with those lyrics would be considered to have aged like milk. However, when you take into account singer Kelly's literal decades of misconduct allegations, the lyrics to Bump and Grind take on an entirely new context that would churn the stomach of even the most hardened listener.
I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
Originally acquitted in 2008 of misconduct charges involving minors, Kelly was sentenced to 31 years in prison following convictions in 2021 and 23. Kelly's self-admitted inability to control his inhibitions on Bump and Grind now leaves listeners hitting skip.
Robert. 30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You killing me, man. This is not about music.
After the premiere of Surviving R. Kelly in 2019, Lady Gaga scrubbed a version of her 2013 hit Do What You Want that featured Kelly from streaming services. Good call. Number 9. I Took a Pill in Ibiza, Mike Posner.
I took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool.
Posner's tropical dance floor anthem is already a deceptively dark song. Its shockingly blunt lyrics find the Cooler Than Me singer lamenting on the hollow nature of fame and the stark realization that money and material possessions won't make you happy.
That's what I Took a Pill in Ibiza is about. I say I'm just a singer who already blew his shot. I get along with old timers because my name's a reminder of a pop song people forgot.
The song's chorus, however, is where things really start to become eerie. It name drops the late producer Avicii and, according to Posner, refers to a real-life incident in which he follows the Swedish DJ to the titular island and succumbed to peer pressure. Tragically, Avicii, born Tim Bergling, took his own life in 2018, reportedly following years-long struggles with addiction. Knowing that turns a cautionary tale into an uneasy, unintentional tribute.
Point being, he never cared, unlike almost everybody in the music industry, he never cared if I was number one or number a million.
Number 8, 2009, Mac Miller.
I ain't asking why no more. Oh no, I take it if it's mine. I don't stay inside the lines, it ain't.
Hip-hop fans were hit hard in September 2018 when Pittsburgh native Miller, born Malcolm McCormick, passed away from a drug overdose. Those same fans were also quick to point out that Miller had never shied away from addressing themes of addiction and depression in his music. In particular, they looked to 2009, the penultimate song on his 2018 album, Swimming, Miller's last before 2020's posthumous Circles.
I was digging me a hole, big enough to bury my soul. Weight of the world, I gotta carry my own.
The song alludes to Miller's difficulty with his rapid rise to fame. The title is a reference to the release year of his first mixtapes. Over a gentle, twinkling beat, Miller rap sings about using to ease his pain, and most heartbreakingly of all, argues that an angel's supposed to fly.
He saved me in many ways that I couldn't save myself. He helped me with my depression, my anxieties.
Number 7. I Need a Girl Part 2, P. Diddy.
Potential wife credentials, know about the life I'm into, life I've been through, and how I had a trifling mental.
Not unlike Bump and Grind, the lyrics to the sequel to I Need a Girl Part 1 probably elicited cringe from listeners at the time, in this case, the year 2002. Written and co-produced by Sean P. Diddy Combs himself, the song raises eyebrows more than once. In fact, the original song finds Diddy comparing the love of his life to a brother? And for that matter, why are these brothers doing that? The chorus will definitely make you wince, too. While I Need a Girl, the second, was already uncomfortable enough, that feeling doubled after Combs was hit with multiple misconduct and assault lawsuits at the end of 2023.
Combs is the subject of a federal investigation following a wave of lawsuits that have been filed against him.
Number 6. That'll Be the Day, Buddy Holly. February 3rd, 1959 is known as the day the music died for a reason. That was the day that three rock and roll legends met a tragic and storied end when their plane crashed in Iowa. They were Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and the Big Bopper J.P. Richardson.
The locals in the town were sitting around a black and white TV in the lobby, and they said, 3 rock and roll artists die in plane crash. And it was all over the news.
The man born Charles Hardin Holly had only relatively recently made his major label breakthrough album, That'll Be the Day. That album's title track was a massive hit within the final year of Holly's life.
You say you're gonna leave, you know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day when I die.
Its chorus, detailing Holly's confidence that his relationship will never end, became tragically ironic following that plane crash, when in reality his wife, Maria Elena, was widowed.
I knew that if I would have been there, but it would have not taken the plane, because I would have put my foot down and said no.
Number 5. New Dawn Fades, Joy Division.
Direction so plain to see, a loaded gun won't set you free.
One of the literal progenitors of the gothic rock subgenre, it goes without saying that Joy Division songs are already pretty spooky to begin with. Singer Ian Curtis, plagued by mental and physical health issues, took his own life on the 18th of May in 1980, aged only 23. Curtis's songwriting tackled these topics head-on, and this is no more apparent than on New Dawn Fades. Over a plodding drum beat that supports a fuzzy, Black Sabbath-tinged guitar riff, Curtis bears his soul about his total hopelessness in that unique baritone. Number 4. Legends, Juice WRLD.
I usually have an answer to the question, but this time I'm gonna be quiet. This time.
Jared Higgins, better known to the general public as Juice WRLD, was plagued by similar issues to Mac Miller. Higgins, a major proponent of the 2010s emo rap scene, was perhaps even more unflinchingly honest about his substance use problem. A not so insignificant portion of his discography is devoted to this very topic. Legends, which appears on the artist's 2018 EP Too Soon, as well as his posthumous 2021 album Fighting Demons, makes chilling predictions to this effect. This is especially haunting when you consider that Higgins died in 2019 at the age of 21, exactly as the chorus of this song anticipates.
Was it 27 club? We ain't making it past 21.
Number 3. Rehab, Amy Winehouse.
Tried to make me go to rehab. I said no, no, no.
Amy Winehouse's once-in-a-lifetime talent was grounded in her attitude, her unwillingness to be anything but authentically herself. That meant writing songs that drew extensively from her tumultuous personal life, which was the subject of mass media coverage and public scrutiny in the 2000s. So much so that her first album was entitled simply Frank. The release of her second album, Back to Black, was preceded by the single Rehab, produced by Mark Ronson.
The man said, why you think you hit?
The upbeat Motown-inspired tune, in Winehouse's characteristically uncompromising manner, details the artist's refusal to give in to the demands of those around her. The British Songbird's 2011 passing, induced by alcohol poisoning, permanently lent Rehab an unsettling double meaning. Add Back to Black's title song for an extra dose of spookiness.
We only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times.
Number 2. Come As You Are, Nirvana.
Come as you are, as you were.
It's no secret that Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain was a master of dark, unsettling songwriting. In fact, there were multiple examples that stood out to us. In particular, I Hate Myself and Want to Die, the title of which clashes with its irreverent, seemingly unrelated lyrics.
Running doesn't run the yoke, even if you have a cold still.
Come As You Are adopts a similar tone, but takes on even more layers following Cobain's untimely end in 1994. Specifically, the song's verses consist of contradictory commands, and its bridge is Cobain declaring that he doesn't have a gun. Anyone with even a cursory knowledge of Nirvana's backstory can tell you precisely why this gives them goosebumps. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Look at Your Game Girl, Charles Manson.
Ah, those feelings real. Look at your game, girl.
You probably already have a pretty good idea as to how this song ended up on our list. Music producer Phil Kaufman met Charles Manson while the two were imprisoned at the same facility. The two became friends, and Kaufman later recorded Manson's debut album, Lie, the Love and Terror Cult, through 1967 into 68.
He used to call me occasionally, and the last time he called me, he was rambling on, and I said, Charlie, the difference between you and I is that you're doing life and I'm living it.
Among those songs was Look at Your Game Girl, an innocuous, simplistic folk song on the surface. Its lyrics have been re-examined in the wake of Manson's infamous 1969 crime spree.
What a mad delusion, living in that confusion.
In its review of the album, AllMusic described the song as embodying his fundamental approach to influencing young women by targeting their socially imposed hang-ups. Suddenly, Look at Your Game Girl isn't so innocuous.
Hope I haven't offended them. Those murderers are so, they're so touchy.
Which songs do you have a hard time listening to because of something terrible that's associated with them? Let us know in the comments.
There's a whole lot more for me waiting on the other side.
Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.